Good morning, guys. So Dan from Trading with Dan here. Hope you guys are well. So first off, we're gonna look at the 15-minute Bitcoin and Ethereum chart. So as you can see, we had our buy trade. We had our profit, and our basically our trailing take profit kicked on in the bot, which was great. So that made us a great profit. So at the moment the sell line is moving up fast actually to the price, because you can see we're sort of flagging this out a bit. There's not a lot of volatility around this bit of the range here, so the price is moving up quick. The sell level, so yeah, we're currently at 9,900, so any breaks below there, that will initiate a sell signal. So that isn't actually too far away. It's only $264, and if you look at how we moved from basically nearly 9,600 to 10,300, that is actually a $700 move we had yesterday. So yeah, so $260 isn't far, and this line is still coming up. So yeah, so we could potentially having a sell trade soon. I'm obviously overall bullish on Bitcoin, so not too sure how I feel about that. But the bot is the bot. I mean, we can always have a retrace. The market can do whatever it wants. Gold is making a massive move up, holding and closed well above 1,600, which is a massive level for a massive psychological level for gold. So it does show that what we've seen coming out of the Fed is a lot of talk on how they're going to combat the next financial crisis, and how they're actually just going to keep trying to prevent the next financial crisis by AIT, which is average inflation targeting, which basically means that they think they can lower interest rates negative, is basically what they're trying to say. So that is obviously going to have a massive bump for all dollar assets, all assets really, all assets based in fiat currency. So yeah, I mean, you can see oil is making a move up as well, even with an extremely bearish global economic backdrop. And yeah, gold and silver making moves. Good to see silver making a move. I hold a large position of physical silver, and I add to that all the time. So good to see silver making a move. I mean, the ratios are still massively the gold to silver ratio is still massively high. So if that comes down as well and silver goes up, it's going to be happy days for my favorite physical metal altcoin, which is silver. So over to the Ethereum chart. The Ethereum sell level is at 264, which again isn't massively too far away from the price based on the moves we've been having, but that should keep raising up quick. So we may get a short scalp. I have adjusted the parameters for my Ethereum bot to decrease the position size but increase the stop losses and take profits. So I mean, that will skew the running total, the basic running total that I'm putting on, because obviously Ethereum has the potential to make bigger gains and smaller and bigger losses. So Bitcoin obviously doesn't have quite the same potential for that, based on the parameters that have the bot and its volatility. So we can go over to the 3Commas. I mean, you can see we had that. I mean, you can see the difference in the sizings of the positions here. We had a 3% loss, 3.11% loss, but lost $258, and then we had a 2.45% gain, but made $335. So I mean, you can see how that's going. I love it how it says panic sold. I actually clicked market sell on that trade as we were coming. Looked like we were definitely coming down to test what was the trading take profit of 10,200. So I hit that about 10,230 or 40, I think. So another good trade. It was really good to see us. Really good. It was really good for me to see us immediately get back into the game with the BTC buy and make a good profit. When, I mean, in theory, this Ethereum trade, you've got to have stops. Obviously, I'm not saying we don't have stops, but if we didn't basically stop out of that, or had the smaller size and the wider margins, that would have been a massive gain. That is why I've adapted the strategy. to compensate for Ethereum's wider bigger volatility. So if that exact setup happens again, it will be a profitable trade this time, a very good profitable trade and not a losing trade. So yeah, you mean it's a learning process with how I'm setting up these bots and the settings wise. Obviously I've got DMT, which is telling me my entries, but that's only part of the trading. It's obviously managing your risk and your position size. Well, that's all part of you managing your risk, your position size, your trading profits, your stops, etc. Managing your risk obviously is make or break, not necessarily your entries. I have always maintained you can toss a coin for entries, and as long as your risk management's good, you're probably gonna make money. So there was something else I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, that was it. So this Dominator indicator, I mean, I briefly went through it yesterday, but I think I did it a disservice because the 15-minute chart is not a good one to use it on. So if we want to click over to this 30-minute chart, and we sort of have a look for look through February, what we've got going on. So you can see we had a buy here, and then the market basically went up and up and up. We had a sell around this level here, which would have got you out of the buy trade, and then we did actually come down. So you could have taken profits at any point in here. Bear in mind, you would expect shorts to underperform in a bullish move. But even if you didn't, as soon as you get your buy, you're basically breaking even on that trade if you don't take your profit, and then you get like another massive gain up here until we get to the sell. So you're selling around here. I mean, again, depending on how you move your stop losses, where you have a trading stop loss or lock in any of the profit, you could potentially have lost on that trade is what I'm saying. But then we have a buy here, and then we do have another spike back up again. But then we do have a sell, so that is not necessarily, if you take it from buy to sell, isn't the most profitable trade. But like I said, with how we trade with our bot, we have our entry, we have our DMT entry, but then we manage our risk once we're in the position. So there's plenty of opportunity to take a good profit from this trade. Yeah, so I am actually looking at Ethereum at the moment. We'll go over to BTC. So then we have a sell here. So depending again on how you manage your risk, it's not the biggest move offside, but you're still staying in a sell. The wave's getting bigger, and then we'll have a great dip down here. So plenty of opportunity to take profit, and then again a buy just here, right before this spike up, right before we go from 260 to 282. So again, another great trade. So you can see how this Dominator indicator and the waves do help you almost perfectly call some good entries. Again, like I said, not necessarily the buy to the sell, staying in the trade, managing your own risk like we do with the bot. You can see is actually a really good indicator. So we'll test that on Bitcoin now as well. So we'll have a look over to Bitcoin. So we're on the 30-minute chart there. So we'll turn back to 15-minute chart. So we'll turn to the 30-minute chart. So yeah, so if we sort of go to the start of February, so if we go from here, so we get a buy here on this level around here, which is where we've got the buy in DMT also actually, and we had a great run up here. I mean, we do have a sell here, so you could potentially have got out of your long. We do actually have a dip, and then it gets you re-longed again here, so you could have shorted there. You could have made profit based on your risk management, and then we have another rally up. Similar to Ethereum, we do then have a dip before we get to the end of that, before we actually get to the sell signal, before we get to the end of the buy. But like you see, the wave is coming down here anyway. So and then yeah, you'll have your risk management to take your profits. So when we have a sell here, so as you can see, market does come down from that level, does come down, and then we get a buy where we did actually the buy in DMT also. Market does go up. It then does come to a sell. It does actually get you a sell here, so that is just before, so you know that there's potential weakness coming. And then look what happens. Look at the dip we have down. So that is just such a great indication of what's coming. Yeah, we obviously spike back up, but again, you're still in the well into the red, so well into the red Dominator sell wave. So you could either be staying short or selling again at basically the same level you sold before. Great more profits. We get to a buy here, and the market does move up. I mean, we don't move far. We then get to a sell again. Basically, a sell. It's near enough just on this candle here. And then, yeah, so after that, we then come down. We've been in this downtrend. And then when do we get the buy? Right here. It's amazing, isn't it, this indicator? We get the buy right here around the 9,000, mid 9,600s levels. And then there you get your $700 rally nearly. So this Dominator wave indicator is fantastic. I mean, you can see how it's working. It's giving you the buys and the sells, but you don't necessarily have to hold the full of the buy or the full of the sell. You have your risk management like we have with the bot. Definitely something worth looking at. Yeah, you can contact me if you want to get access to this indicator. Discord, Telegrams in the description. It doesn't work as well on the 15-minute indicator, 15-minute chart, as I did show you in the last video. But like with all indicators, you've got to basically find out the best settings for it, the best time frames for it, the best, so you don't get less of your fake outs and more of your legitimate trades. You got to single out the noise from the signals. So we're on 3 trades here. If we go over to our 6 trades, completed 6 trades, that's the total profit. Bearing in mind we had a couple of losses here as well, so we are making good profits on our profits. We've upped the size a bit. We've increased the parameters, increased the stops and the take profit for the Ethereum bot and reduced the size. So feeling positive about all this move, feeling positive about how Bitcoin could potentially be seeing like a great rally upwards now, mainly based on just the fact it's priced in dollars and those dollars are quickly getting devalued. But just got to trade what we see in the market. Short-term movements are always going to be largely random, Bromian motion. For those guys who are into calculus. There's a lot of movement around the range, which basically is nothing. It's basically noise. So you get that obviously movement around the range on larger time frames also. So we could hopefully get some good buys again, maybe in around the 9,800 level. We will see. It does look 9,800. If you go to the 15-minute Bitcoin chart, you can see around this level here, you'd think would be good support. If not this level here, which we are literally at, so we are not basically at, so this is also good support. So I mean, we could just bounce from here, so yeah, in which case we won't get a DMT trade, but you can see on the Dominator we're actually entering a sell here. So sorry, that's on the 15-minute chart, so ignore that. Sorry, we're not entering a sell. Like I said, it's not as good on the 15-minute chart. But yeah, so there we go. So remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Trading is risky. Consult your financial advisor before you make any big investments. So thanks for listening, guys. So waiting for our next trades, bot trades, and I will speak to you guys later, maybe today, or if not tomorrow morning. And yeah, thanks for listening.